This podcast is brought to you by Indochino.
Add a fresh layer to your fall style with Indochino. Go to Indochino.com and use code MR to get 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more. That's 10% off at INDOCHINO.com, promo code MR.
Yay Networks.
Hello, welcome to Mr. Podcast. My name is Trey Stewart. This is my very handsome co-host and husband, Mr. Zachary Luker.
Hello, good morning.
Let's just get it out of the way and we can talk about it. This is Zach's favorite topic. Beyonce went to Taylor Swift's Eras Tour premiere last night.
Good for her.
Movie premiere. The fact that they have made the amount of money they have made off touring and now having a movie of the tour that's still happening is absolutely incredible.
I know.
I think this was the
why don't
smartest.
you go on tour?
You know what? I actually did once.
You did?
Yep.
We should take the podcast on tour.
Well, we did that, and then COVID shut us down. But we did. We held on there for. It was fun, but we didn't make the money they were making. But I thought that was the smartest business move.
Yeah, no, it was very
for
good.
Beyonce to show up to Taylor
Yep.
Swift's concert, because now it's going to give you the same thing, and you're just merging. You both have such a huge cult following, like genius.
Where did she go again?
What do you mean? Where'd she go?
Like, where was?
Oh, she shut down the Grove in L.A.
Okay.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Are
And-
those the two biggest people in Hollywood right now?
They are the two most powerful people in the music industry. I mean, and I think more than the music industry. So there's a game. Well, I guess by the time this airs, it'll be yesterday. There's a game tonight in Missouri that Travis Kelce's playing in, and the NFL is all but begging Taylor Swift to show up because the way that their numbers skyrocket when she shows up is insane.
So let's talk about that really quick. There was the whole TikTok thing that happened where everyone was like, Taylor Swift made Travis Kelce. Every man that watches football was like, no. Travis Kelce was his own thing. I'm going to say it right here and right now. Travis Kelce was made by Taylor Swift, and I think it's 100% undeniable. I think it's stupid.
I mean, if you look at the numbers,
around.
she makes in one night what he makes in 1 year doing her shows. So she has increased his jersey sales by 400%. She has increased the NFL viewership by 21%. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
I don't know how people could see it otherwise. She's way bigger than him.
Are the Chiefs doing well this? I'm not
Well,
a
they've won the
football
Super Bowl
guy.
twice already.
Right, I know.
Yeah.
So are they doing well this season?
Yeah, they've been winning every time
Like, do
she
we
goes.
think they're going to go to the Super Bowl, and would she be the halftime performance?
She's not. Usher's the halftime performance.
Oh, but things can change.
And she specifically, she is not
Is she
giving,
doing the national anthem? Like,
she is not giving the NFL permission to use her songs during the games because she doesn't want to make it about her. But they've tried to buy rights to play her songs during the games, and she won't do it.
That'd be funny if there was a flag on the play and they go,
Play
shake
Bad
it
Blood.
off, shake it off.
Well, they did that
Yeah.
with Nickelodeon stuff. So they had Nickelodeon themed NFL games. So I would they could do it with Taylor Swift easy.
Yeah, I think she's just not trying to get that involved. But yeah. The Taylor Swift, the argument there though is Taylor Swift is an international pop sensation, and the Kansas City Chiefs are the Kansas City Chiefs within the United States.
Missouri famous.
Yes. I feel like we have a few friends that are gonna
Politely decline.
that
Well,
are
they're
gonna disagree
wrong,
with
but,
you, but
She has an international it's just different.
Yeah, that's like saying Reggie Bush was big when he was dating Kim Kardashian. No, I'm
Well,
sorry.
that was where he peaked.
Yeah, that was where he peaked. I'm sorry.
So the other day I made a list of things, and this list I titled "Things That I Would Be Good At That Zach Wouldn't." And I'm very excited to share this. Last night I told Zach that I made this list so that he could come prepared and make his own little list and have a fighting chance at defending himself.
and it's funny because I don't think I have a good chance this time. I think I'm gonna actually lose this one. Because I took it as things that I'm better at than you are, not that I would be better at than you are. So,
Well, can't wait to hear your list.
yeah.
I'll start with mine. Number one, reality TV. I think you would be terrible on reality TV, and here's why. You look like a bitch.
Thank you.
Often. Whenever I take a photo of you, you're like, I always look mad. And I'm like, well, it's not the filter on my camera. I don't know what to do. You have a natural resting bitch face.
But that means you'd make a great model.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I would provide not the comic relief, but the stabilization the show needs.
Yeah, I just don't think you would like. I don't think you would like people watching you.
I wouldn't. It's not about the watching. It's the
I don't think you'd
producer
want the
telling me to
feedback.
go over there and bring up this fight that we've already seen 3 times. I'm like, nope, we're not doing it.
Yeah, so I just don't think you'd be good at that. I also don't think you'd be good at performing live on stage at the VMAs, but I think I'd be very good at that. I just think I'd be really good. I would put on quite the show.
What's the performance song that you would do?
I could do a duet with Kelly Clarkson. I could probably do Kelsey Ballerini's Penthouse, the healed version, though, with the dress rip. I could do that one really well. I could do a lot. There's a lot of options there.
Okay, well now that we're saying that, if Zach gets up there with Beyonce, I think all bets are off.
I don't know if he would know what to do with that though either.
I think
he'd be a
things
little
could
nervous. I don't get stage fright. I feel like Zach would be like, a little bit, you know?
I think if it's Beyonce.
Which leads me to my next one. I think I'd be good being on stage in front of a large crowd. I don't think Zach would. We did a podcast show with 1,500 people. I was great. I don't think Zach would love that very much. Stop me if I'm wrong.
Oh, you wanted an interjection? I didn't know if I was supposed to just sit here.
I
didn't know if this was like a roast.
If you have any
I didn't know
thoughts,
if it was a
you can
roast
agree
or
with
not,
me as
so I
well.
didn't-
No.
Okay, well, it's not that I get stage fright. I do not like speaking in front of a large group of people when I don't know what I'm talking about. If I know what I'm talking about, it's easy. No problem. But if I'm up there giving a presentation on something that I'm not even confident in, then no, I'm not gonna.
Oh, I wouldn't be giving a presentation. I'd be giving a performance. But number 4 or 5. I do not think you'd be good at negotiating a deal.
Okay.
Do you think you are?
Yeah, that's lowercase fair.
Thank you.
I don't like to. Yeah. I'm gonna give you a fair price. You give me a fair price.
I'm gonna pick apart what you think is a fair price.
Going to a car dealership is not anything
that is my Super Bowl.
That is, yeah, no.
I love it.
I hate it.
I'm like, I know fair market value and you're an idiot. So here's what we're doing. This one is not an issue currently, but it's about to be an issue in my life. Zach will not be good at sticking to a Christmas decor budget. Were you good at that last year?
No, but the budget, I have already spent it. I'm not going to have much of a budget this year.
See?
Okay.
That's
Although
fair.
I was on the phone with my sister before this, and we were
And
discussing
That's where my pocket hurts.
what the new tree's going to look like, and there's
How
a
many
couple other
trees
things.
this year, by the way?
5.
Impressive.
We have room for one more?
Yeah, the bedroom
Where?
where the mirror is.
We're removing furniture?
The mirror's going to come out, and then there's a corner.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Another thing that I think I'd be good at that Zach wouldn't be is living in New York City. I would love it. Zach would have to be on the Upper East Side in a townhouse with plenty of room and like a quiet corner.
Oh, but wouldn't we all?
Yeah, like I could not live in an apartment the size of this.
Well, no, I couldn't live in a
room
small
here.
space.
Like, no,
but
I could not.
I could thrive in New York
I
City.
couldn't do that anywhere.
I think I would also be good at, but Zach would not, having a successful career as an OnlyFans model. Not saying I'm, looking into it, but I'm saying if times got tough and I had to, I'd be great.
You know what? There's a lot of different OnlyFans content out there. Not that I'm like an expert or anything, but like,
What did you found, Josh?
Yeah, we should unpack that.
I mean, doesn't like Cardi B have an OnlyFans and like doesn't like
I have no idea.
and it's just like regular like her doing like laundry or something.
I know I've seen people on TikTok that have
Or
OnlyFans of
Travis
them
Scott
like eating.
Yeah, like
Oh.
eating, and then like Travis Scott has one where he just like kind of like it's his new SoundCloud where he just like drops new music.
Oh, well,
Which is what it was intended for.
I don't think so.
You disgusting people.
Same with Snapchat. Snapchat was not intended to just like send fun pics to your friends. That's not what that was for. This is a current issue in our home. Zach is not good at resisting a pack of gummy bears.
Zach.
And he likes the expensive ones, and we go through, we just can't keep them in stock.
Zach, what are the expensive ones?
I
They're
actually
like $7 a piece. They're like the organic ones at Tom. I don't know.
I have no preference.
Well, you get the expensive ones.
Because they're the closest to the checkout.
See, that's fair.
Thing Zach is also not good at, picking a restaurant. Couldn't do it to save his life.
So many options, so many things that we could consider.
And my last thing is, I don't think you could survive a day in my life. That's all.
Thoughts?
That's my list. My favorite thing about fall is that I can finally start wearing jackets. And now that I'm a full-time realtor, I really need to step up my fall business game. So I'm heading over to Indochino this weekend to look at some of their new fall fabrics and start designing my fall wardrobe.
Ooh, what kind of color are you going to get for fall?
I should get pink to match my hair.
Okay. I was thinking like a nice toasted plum or a nice burnt orange would be really cute.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I like that. I want some patterns for fall, you know?
But yeah, you can do like the inside. That's the best part of the customization. You can do like the inside and you can do like a little pocket square.
I know Zach really went above and beyond with the customization of his suit for our wedding, and I didn't. But this next round, I'm really gonna just knock it out of the park by making sure I pay attention to every little detail of my customization.
Add fresh layers to your fall style with Indochino. Go to Indochino.com and use code MR to get 10% off any purchase of $3.99 or more.
That's 10% off at Indochino, INDOCHINO.com, promo code MR.
Going off the 4 things that I wrote down.
Oh, let's go.
6. Just kidding.
Oh,
6.
we've added on the drive here.
Excuse me. I had to clear my throat for that one. So again, I didn't fully understand the assignment.
I explained it to you like 4 or 5 times.
I know, but it's things that we don't do. Well, I guess it's kind of things that we do too. So things that I am good at that Trey is not good at.
Yeah.
Laundry.
How am I not good at laundry?
Have you seen all the shrink clothes?
Oh,
Well, that's not me. That's the machine.
Trey.
I don't know what goes wrong. And it always works in your benefit.
That is the problem. That's why you're not good at it, because you don't know what is going wrong. Next one. Holiday decorations.
I just don't go above and beyond like you do.
Yeah, I don't think you're good at it.
Okay.
Home improvement projects using power tools.
Pass. Nope. Absolutely not.
I think that's a +2.
God did not put me on this earth to use a hammer.
Or crafting.
No.
Yeah, you're not good at crafts either.
That's +3. I do a
Yeah.
+2 for the home improvement
I'll
stuff.
take the L there.
So this one is something that I do not think you would be good at, that I would be good at.
Mm-hmm.
Not sticking out at a sports game.
I can wear a jersey.
I said sticking out.
Yeah.
What? Oh, well.
If we're just going to see the Kansas City Chiefs, are you rooting for Taylor? Or are you
No, my
rooting for
back's
Kansas
my
City?
back's to the game the whole time I'm looking for in the box.
Well, then there you go.
Okay, so that's fair.
And the last one I have, and this one's going to be controversial, and the episode might be over after this. But designing our next house.
You think I wouldn't be good at that?
I'm not talking about interior designing. I'm talking about literally floor plan designing.
Oh, I think I would be good at that.
Oh,
I think I've seen enough, I see so many homes that I know what flows and what doesn't, that I could build a pretty good floor plan.
Zach, what do you need in your next house?
More storage.
Trey,
what do you need in your next house?
Zach to have less stuff that needs to go in storage.
I think there's, you know what? Out of all the problems you could have in your next house, that's a happy medium right there, because you guys can figure that out pretty easily.
Yeah. I need a floor plan that flows. I don't dislike open floor plans, but sometimes I feel like just one, I like separation of space, but I also don't like walls everywhere either, to where it doesn't feel like you can move through it. That's one thing I really love about our current house is the kitchen, dining room, and living room are technically all connected, but the dining room is smaller in a sense, and they're broken up by beams. So it's very distinct that it's 3 different rooms, yet they're all in line. So I really like that. But
it flows. I could make a floor plan that flows. I've seen a lot of really bad houses that have no flow.
Have y'all two toured a house that you thought was like the worst you've ever seen? Like, what was like the worst house you've seen?
It was recent. I haven't.
Oh, God.
You can always tell when a man built a house just to make a buck off of it, and there was like no designer involved. There was no female involved. There was no gay involved. Like, it was just a straight man building a house. And that was very much this case. There was just nothing made sense. Like, it had the rooms, but it just wasn't executed in a way that would have ever, like, especially at the price. It was selling over $1.5 million. And it was like, you can't even gut this and make this correct. Like, it's just, yeah.
Was it your next door neighbor that was
No, this
burning
was like
things in the backyard?
It was actually over in like Tornado Alley, like
okay.
which is where a lot of these like questionable new builds are happening.
I mean, yeah, they're,
but
Yeah, I mean, I like when we use every room in our house. I don't
important.
want I don't want like spaces that are pretty but that are not usable.
Yeah, no, the useless rooms always like bug me.
Yeah, like I think
Like,
that
what do you
house
do
that we saw
here?
the other day, I loved that front sitting area, but I'm like, it's never going to get used because
it's a formal living room. That's where you sit and wait for me to finish getting ready.
no, it would never be used because it's so far from the kitchen, the living room, the backyard. Like it would be a place that a Christmas tree would go, and that's it.
Oh, you're right. Scrap it.
So
one more tree.
Six trees now.
Well, yeah. That's that. I found another list of questions. These are couples questions for us. Say I just got all sorts of things to say. So this is like a who did what first thing. So who was interested first?
you.
Well,
Ooh.
yeah, but you should have been.
So I'm in trouble over the question that you asked. Got it.
Who said I love you first?
Me.
So obviously you were obsessed with me, which goes back to question number 1. Why are you so obsessed with me so quickly?
Why are you so obsessed with me?
Ooh, cue the music.
Copywritten. Do you have an answer?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was an actual
Yeah, it was a question.
question. I don't know. I liked you.
Thanks. Who's more protective?
Ooh, this is
In what
interesting.
sense?
I don't know.
Someone breaks in. Who's going out?
Me.
Someone. But wait. Someone is like, let's say someone's like getting verbally attacked. Which one of you like?
Me.
I don't know. I think really.
Well, I don't know. It depends.
I think that depends. Yeah.
I think that's pretty even.
Yeah.
Who cleans more? Zach.
Okay.
I mean, we have a housekeeper that comes and boy, does she, like, she's worth every penny. She does a whole scrub it up every week of everything. And it makes Zach's little heart go pitter patter when he sees her, like, cleaning the fan and, like, scrubbing the grout in the kitchen. Like, yeah, he loves that. Who eats the most? Zach. Well, you do. You don't think you eat the most?
No.
Are you kidding me? We can't keep a bag of chips for longer than 45 minutes in the house. Really?
Okay.
You think I eat
I
more?
had 0 gummy bears yesterday, and you went to the pantry 3 times for gummy bears.
You think I eat more in general?
Oh.
I think there are times.
Wait a minute. Okay, who eats the most, like, sitting down for dinner? Like, when you have your main meal, who eats more? And then who snacks more? Because there's
Zach-
different things.
I snack more.
Zach
Okay.
snacks consistently.
Okay, there you go.
He doesn't have lunch, though. So, like, weekdays, I guess he doesn't eat. So then he comes home, has dinner, and then has all of his snacks.
See?
And then dessert.
Or I'll have snacks before dinner.
Yeah. And then snacks after dinner.
Okay.
So that's where I'm like, I
That's
don't
fair.
snack.
That's
Zach's
fair.
a little snacky. Who spends the most money?
You.
Ooh. How so?
How not?
Ooh.
Well, I don't know. Next question. Who is most likely to start an argument? So that's a fun question. I will start it, but
I
it's
wonder why I have resting bitch face.
I will start it, but it's always because of something Zach
You
did.
literally just started one by asking this question.
Oh. So I will start the conversation, but Zach is always the one that
Oh, he's the finisher.
prompts. No,
Oh, okay, never mind.
I'll finish because we won't be done until I'm finished. But but Zach always does the action that makes me mad that then starts the argument. So I'm gonna give Zach that one. Who falls asleep first?
Me.
Yeah.
Impressive. How did? Wait. What's the nighttime routine then? Do you like watch a TV show together? Do you just go to sleep whenever? Like, what's the routine?
We'll watch TV and then we'll go to bed. Then we'll watch TikToks for a minute.
Okay.
I don't go to bed until I'm ready. Like, I don't get in bed until I'm ready to go to bed.
Interesting.
Like, I don't want to just lay in the bed and watch TV or things like the bed is like where I sleep. So once I get in bed, yeah, I go to sleep pretty quick.
I need you, Zach, to verbally agree to never hold over me what I told you the other day.
No.
We were having a conversation about, I don't remember what the conversation was about. So, I was telling him how to win an argument. And he was like, how do you win an argument? And I told him the 3 ways that I like to always win an argument. And he was like, that is literally what you do to me. And then I was like, I just shot myself in the foot here.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the ways was I was like, I won't give up on a topic until I get the answer I'm looking for. So I just run it like a hamster wheel. And he was like, next time I'm going to shoot the hamster. That was so rude, first of all.
Well, that's... You shouldn't, magicians shouldn't give out his secrets. And now that I know that that's your goal when you go into a disagreement, I'm going to keep that in mind.
I think since I was so honest with you, you should respect my wishes.
Is it a wish?
I don't know.
Well,
Last question. Who's more annoying?
me.
Oh, I was going to give that one to
Just kidding. Boom.
Well, that's all we have for now. We were talking the other day. Who were we talking? I was talking to my friend Sheridan, I think, about this. About how I grew up with a TV in my bedroom. Like, when I was like 4, I got a TV. And every night I would fall asleep watching a movie or something. And so as I grew up and became an adult, I realized I couldn't fall asleep without a TV turned on. Zach was the opposite way, and I had to learn.
No, I grew up with a TV on.
In your bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, I had like this dependency on it to where like I need like the light and the sound. Otherwise, I couldn't fall asleep. And it was until we lived together that I had a TV on every night in my room or I could not fall asleep.
Yeah, I stopped in like high school.
Isn't that crazy?
I couldn't, because it would wake me up in the middle of the night and like freak me out.
Well, I would get woken up by like the Celine Dion tribute albums, but then I would just go back to sleep.
It helps your sleep schedule massively to have the TV off. So,
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I'm the
sure.
same way.
Because then your brain keeps working all night too.
Something like that, yeah.
So yeah, no, I can't fall asleep with the TV on.
Wait, so
I can fall asleep with the TV on, but I can't like.
You fell asleep to Celine Dion?
Well, no, that
That's
commercial
impressive.
would wake me up at like 3 a.m.
What was your...
And then I was like, oh, what? And then I would be like, okay, TV's off. Good night.
Is that how you're gonna duet with Kelly Clarkson?
Maybe. I don't know. Or with Celine Dion.
What was your go-to like go to sleep like thing you watched? Because I knew what mine was.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Mine was like Disney Channel, I think.
Probably.
Disney
Or
Channel wasn't
Nickelodeon or-
bad. I always watched what was the TV show? Scrubs. Scrubs was just like easy because it was just like baseline, just fall asleep to it.
Yeah.
You know.
Not you saying Scrubs is boring. Makes you go to sleep.
Ooh, if you're listening for something interesting to listen to, you need to. I have not stopped talking about this podcast episode since we recorded it. It's not this one. It's called the Red Mike Podcast. And we recorded an episode a few weeks ago with 2 other agents, Czar and Jen. And Damon and I interviewed them. And the first part of the interview is great. The last half of the interview, gold. You have to go listen to this. It is so good. So Czar is telling this story. Have I shared this on the podcast yet?
No, you have not.
Okay. So basically, the moral of his story and why I started sharing this was that, like, in real estate or just in life, you should never count someone out. You should always give someone a chance. And there was this email that came through to the office email. This was like 10, 15 years ago. And at the time, like, there was just like one office email, and then it was like divided among agents, I guess. And this guy sent an email and basically said, like, hey, I have a castle in LA. I want a castle in Las Vegas. Who can help me? And a few days went by. He was like, hey, has no one responded to this? So, and no one was, they're like, yeah, it's probably a scam. So he took it. And he was talking to this guy for like 11 months, just like having conversation, kikiing about like Real Housewives or like the guy's kids' soccer practice or all this stuff. Never knew who the guy was. And Zara was like, I'll send you some houses as I see them. Let me know if you're interested. But they just became like pen pals for a long time. And eventually this guy bought a house, said, hey, I want this one. So everyone in the office was like, this has to be a scam. You need to ask for some like crazy amount of earnest money to make sure that this guy is real. And so he did. And the guy ended up sending double that as earnest money to get the house. House closed. Cool. And there are times where like, you could not necessarily know who the transaction is for because you have a transaction coordinator or whatever. So he didn't know who this was. The guy said, hey, I don't want the mailman to know that I live there. Can I send my mail to your office? He was like, sure. So the receptionist was stacking the mail away, whatever, didn't really think much of it, not knowing who this guy was. And then one day he got an email from this guy's assistant and said, hey, he's coming to town. I need you to pick him up at the airport. Here's the details. And so he's sitting there. There's two other like black cars that are taking all the luggage. And then off walks Michael Jackson and gets in Czar's front seat of his car.
It's the most absurd story I've ever
Yeah.
heard.
And I was sitting there.
Like, I would never have my realtor go pick me up, from the airport.
I mean, that's the one thing I was just like, oh, he didn't call black car service. He called his real estate agent.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Right.
he thought they were friends
They
at that
thought they were
point.
friends,
Like,
I
it was,
guess.
yeah, and it just the wildest thing. There's a whole other like fold to this story. You'll have to go listen to the Red Mike podcast to hear it, because it then led to him working with all these other huge celebrities. He explained it so much better than I just did in 1 minute, but that's my synopsis of it. If you want to hear the whole thing, I highly recommend it. It was so good. Also, while you're there, and while you're listening to this podcast, go rate them 5 stars and leave a review, because it really helps our algorithms.
It really helps, guys.
Yeah.
It's all the difference.
So if you're listening to this on Apple, Spotify, whatever, rate this 5-star, write us a nice little review. If it's mean, shove it up your ass.
and comment down below what you would like to see from us, because comments also help a lot.
Yeah. Yep. So that's my spiel with that. But if you're looking for something good to listen to, I literally have not stopped talking about this since we did it. It's my favorite. I mean, I've been recording these things for 5 years, and this is my favorite thing that I've ever done on a podcast. It was so good. So that's all. Thank you so much for listening. You can follow me on Instagram at Trey_Stewart.
You can follow me on Instagram at Zach_Luker.
And you can watch us on YouTube at the Mr. Podcast. Bye.
Bye.